Hey there, Cosplay Cafe crew. Welcome to another Friday and welcome to another episode of Cosplay Cafe. We are here serving up a cold, because it's way too hot, but we're serving up a hot, steaming cup of cosplay. Tonight's episode is a little bit different. We don't have a guest. It's me and Andrea, and we're going to do a mid-year check-in. But before that, here's our opening credits and our ad reel. Pokeballs by Crayle is your one-stop shop for handmade magical creations that celebrate all the Pokemon universe has to offer. Available on CrayleVanest.com, that's CrayleVanest.com, and possibly coming to a con near you. One nightmare destroyed Aidan O'Donnell. Aidan Gray, aka Scorcher, was born out of those ashes. The Forces of Nature trilogy is about the destructive powers of having superpowers that you don't understand and can't control. It's about redemption, about finding love and finding yourself. You can find the first two books, Scorcher and Thin Ice, online wherever books are sold. You can also pre-order the upcoming audiobook for Scorcher at www.kellyguentner.com. That's www.KELLYGUENTNER. All right, so I'm going to bring my co-host in. You all know her and love her. Hello, Andrea. How are you doing tonight?
Yeah, I'm with you on the no hot steaming cup today. It's a little too warm for that. It's ugly hot already.
It's 90 degrees, and you're much further south. So
we're down here in the Mississippi Delta, where it is getting up in the morning, and the heat index is pushing 90 in the shade. So by the time I leave for work, the thermostat in my car says that it's at least, it feels like 100 degrees till I get it cooled off in there. So, and my cat he was sitting still during the credits, and now he's up again because he keeps doing this to me.
Because Hermes is the star of the show.
Yeah, he shows up as much as possible. He is one of my flirkins, and so he goes with my flirkin shirt today. Little demon monster. I haven't seen tentacles come out of his mouth yet, but I would not put it past this cat at some point.
I mean, careful, you may lose an eye.
I mean,
when you least expect it.
I've worn enough eye patches in cosplay, I'd be used to it.
So at least you have some.
Yeah, I have a few different ones, 4 different eyes.
So you're already stacked. There you go.
There we go. I'm trying to get him to calm down so I'm not just cat butt in the camera the whole time.
That's a good thing. So yeah. We already have a couple of comments. So Cool Gamer says hello, everybody. Hello, Cool Gamer.
Cool Gamer.
And Garrett Dunmold says hi, Kelly and Andrea and Hermes. Hi, Garrett.
Hi, Garrett. Hermes claimed Garrett back in October when he and Nikki came over to get ready for a trunk or treat. He didn't call Hermes over. Hermes just jumped on Garrett and was like, "You're mine now." So he claimed him.
I mean, Hermes does that.
Yeah, Kelly has met this little demonic monster as well. He just claims people as his own. This is his house. My cats let me pay the mortgage. That's how it works.
That's very generous of them.
I know. They let me buy the house, pay the bills, feed them, give them treats for the luxury of living with them, I guess. That's what they give me.
And Derek, so Derek Spicer, hi Derek,
Hey,
says,
Derek.
is it me or no sound on YouTube? So I don't know because anyone else want to weigh in?
Yeah, because I mean we can't hear, we hear each other, so we don't. I have it playing on my phone, but of course I have the sound off so that we're not echoing.
Yeah.
So no, I have no sound.
Hopefully y'all can hear us.
Yeah, if not, watch it rerun with closed captions on. No, for the best.
Well, if not, we'll re-upload the recording. But so this is our mid-year check-in, which okay. Oh, good. Garrett Dunwald said he just checked YouTube and he has sound there.
Okay.
So Derek, and Derek says, okay, that was weird. Now I can hear you. Yes. Awesome.
All right. Cool.
And Ryan Permission says, hello there. How are you? Hi, Ryan. And he complimented my Wonder Woman outfit. Thank you.
Yes, we decided if we're going to be here, we're just going to be casual today. Go a little casual to check in with everybody. Go comfy, casual. Yeah. That's why I'm literally sitting in my bed today.
I love it.
I figured if I'm going to be comfy, I've got on leggings, my Nova Corps t-shirt with my Flurkin, because it's the Flurkin Squadron. I even have the sticker on the back of my car. I mean, what's Captain Marvel without a Flurkin? So we just decided. I got it from TeePublic. I will send you a link. I love buying indie artist stuff. Support indie artists, guys.
I am a big fan of that. And Mark Desjardins says, bonjour, Kelly and Andrea. Hi, Mark.
Hello, sir. He was our most recent guest on the show and had a great reaction to his episode. Thank you, everybody, for being so welcoming and discussing the plus size cosplay topic. That was so awesome.
I really enjoyed that episode. I took the last month off because I had other things cooking, which I'll talk about. Other creative projects, which I will talk
as part of our check-in.
But I was listening, and Mark, I really enjoyed you as a guest. We definitely want to have you back. I really enjoyed the episode. It was an important topic. It's one that's close to our hearts because we really do cosplays for everyone, and we really think plus size cosplayers are awesome. And
they get glossed over. The problem is even the people that really love their work, that aren't the ones that treat them negatively, still just kind of push them to the background. So it was cool to just get to focus on plus size cosplayers for an episode. It was a lot of fun to be able to be the one to host that.
Yeah, you did great.
And it was on my 21st anniversary too. So that was cool.
That's awesome. That's a good way to celebrate.
It was.
And so Ryan Permission is asking, saying, hope Crayle is doing well. Crayle's doing okay. She's got a family wedding this weekend, and then next week she's got a really busy month.
She's got a lot of cons this weekend coming up.
Yeah, she's got 2 cons in a row on top of the family wedding, which is an out of town wedding. So that's a lot.
Yeah, and then she was at a con. She was at a con 2 weeks ago or something, or I know she was at one at the beginning of May. That's why she couldn't be on for that episode. She's a busy woman.
Yeah, we did. We went to Unicorn World a couple weeks ago together, and that was so much fun. Oh my gosh.
You guys look so cute.
That event, will say, is geared more towards kids, so we didn't spend a ton of time there because we really just want to go and see the animatronic unicorns and get our pictures, and we were happy.
Why not?
So we spent an hour there, and we were that was good. There wasn't a ton of activities for adults, which we expected. We
But
fully
as
expected
an
that, but
adult, you got to go, I want to go to that thing. And you're like, as an adult, you could take yourself to that thing.
it was glorious. Crayle got to finally be Lady Althea, which she wanted to be since she was a kid. I got to finally
Same.
be another version of Ariel, which Ariel's always been my favorite Disney princess. Kids went nuts for our costumes. That was really cool. It's been a while since I've done any kind of event with kids. Obviously, I wasn't there in an official capacity, but still, kids were really
Yes.
awesome to us, and we had fun just kind of like, politely offering, not pushy,
Yeah.
but offering to take pictures with, or to let kids take pictures with us. And kids were great. Always love kids. And then like I said, next week Crayle and I are doing this con together. So this is Times of Future Past. It's up in Kewaunee, Wisconsin. It's sort of a Ren fair, but it celebrates all different eras of history. And we are going to be Ciri and Triss from The Witcher. We're going to have a Geralt with us as well. We're doing more the video game versions of the characters, or mine is basically exactly like I bought it.
Yes.
I took the easy way and just bought it outright, and I sometimes that's so nice. Like, I really love making costumes, but it's so nice when you can get a costume that is just screen accurate, especially for something so intricate. So,
Yes.
oh,
And you make
we're
a good
really
redhead,
excited.
so
Yeah, I'm excited to be Triss. The video
that's
game
awesome.
version of Triss is my favorite version of Triss, for sure.
That's awesome.
And then we have a few more comments to catch up on. So
Ryan
Ryan from Missing says
tonight.
cats everywhere.
Yes. That's my house. If you come to my house, now we're down to 3. We lost one a couple of months ago, unfortunately, but there's still 3 of them here. So
Well, yes, and I'm very sorry for your loss. But
yes, Whiskey
so
was the king of the world, but he's not sick, so that's what matters.
And he had a long life, and he was very loved and very spoiled.
Oh yes, big old fat boy. And so now I have 3 that are taking his big old boy spot to be spoiled. They weren't spoiled before.
No,
At all.
never. And Ryan from Missing also says T Public is awesome, which yes, they really are.
I love it. I have so many t-shirts and stickers from there because, once again, some of the things that I am into, it's hard to find merchandise for. So you find an indie artist, you support an indie artist, and you get you a cool t-shirt, sticker, mug, hoodie, whatever you want. And they do sales every month. So
yes, they do. And you know what? That's how I feel as a Black Canary and Birds of Prey fan. There's not much merch. There was a little bit that came out when the movie, but the movie didn't do well. So you didn't get much merch. I scooped as much of it as I could up, though. I'll tell you that.
Amen. That's how it been.
It was so disappointing.
Yeah. It's hard when you like obscure characters.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But on the other hand, it's easier on the wallet until you discover the indie artist, and then you're like, damn it. Like it's an embarrassment of riches. Yes. It really is. But it's like, oh man, there goes my wallet.
Yeah.
Or if a character that was obscure for years all of a sudden gets big, and then you're like, well, my budget can't handle this. I was not used to budgeting for like even Wonder Woman didn't have merch, and then all of a sudden she has merch everywhere. And I look around and I'm like, I want to buy this.
Too much.
I don't know how long. It's too much. There's Wonder Woman merch everywhere. Like, hello.
And then you have to remember, do I have that?
Like, what was that?
And then you have to be like, wait, do I have that? I might have that.
That too. And I always want to buy it. I'm like, I don't know how long it's going to be on in stores. Like, I don't know how long Wonder Woman merch is going to be on the shelves. Now I know it's kind of probably going to be around.
Wait, and that was what was
I was like,
Yeah, so tricky for me with Captain Marvel. When her first movie came out, there was stuff everywhere. And now it's not as out there anymore. So, yeah.
Hopefully that'll change because we're getting the Marvels.
Oh, they put that trailer at the beginning of The Little Mermaid when we went and saw it. So get to see the Marvels trailer on the big screen. I was a giddy little child. I was as excited as the kids that were there to see Little Mermaid. No, I was really excited there too. So yeah, that was fun.
Adorable. And Ryan pointed out that Ryan Permisson says that Kelly was on, and I quote, which was epic. We had a really great time on Ryan's show. You all need to check out Ryan's show.
You always have a good time on Ryan's show. It is always fun.
Yeah. Yeah, we went for 2 hours because so many people showed up and were engaging in the comments, which thank you all for that.
Yes.
That was awesome. I have really, really cool friends who are really interesting, and they kept us going, and we had so much fun. It was really nice.
I think when I was on his show, we went for about 2 hours. We just kept going. We didn't stop talking. I thought it was just me because I don't stop talking. So.
Oh, it's Ryan too. Right. Brian is very, very easy to talk to. He's a good host.
Loquacious. Use a fancy big word. We're all very loquacious.
Yes, I love it. And then Ryan also says, don't miss Kelly and more awesome guests this Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time as we discuss perfect movies on Nerd Culture Channel, aka Shameless Self-Promotion, which, yes, I'm excited about that. We're going to
I would love to be on that, but I'll be at work. So.
Well, and sick. Your boss will understand.
No, he looked at me the other day and he goes, okay, because I went back to work on Tuesday from a 6-day vacation. He goes, no more vacation for a while. And I was like, sorry, I got one at the beginning of July. I'm supposed to go to Fanboy Expo in Knoxville. So he's out.
Yeah, like.
That's I mean, I know he was. Yeah, I know he's messing with me, but at the same time, he's like, all right, no more vacation for a while. And I'm like, yeah, no, see, I didn't get to go to MomoCon. So I've had a lot of friends telling me I should go to Fanboy Expo in Knoxville. So me and Hunter and probably my friend Kay are going to all go and have fun at Fanboy Expo. So.
No, so I'm out.
Yeah, no. And, the thing is 2 of those days are days that I don't even work. So they'll be okay. They don't have me on Friday and Saturday anyway. I don't know if that just makes me feel like I should feel like I'm important because they're like, yeah, you can't take off again. I'm like, or y'all just mean and want me to never use my 200 plus hours of vacation. So there we are.
No, I'm pretty sure you're indispensable.
I did get a lot of people when I came back to work like, oh, thank God you're back. So.
Aww. And Ryan Permisson says, Ariel, jumping jellyfish.
I could talk about seeing Little Mermaid. Oh, so okay. Y'all know our friend Robin that's been on the show a couple of times, fantastic author, cosplayer. She and I went with a cosplay group to see Little Mermaid that Sunday. And she and I are literally sitting next to each other crying through this movie, watching it. Just so excited watching that movie. And, I'm like, I was 6 when the animated one came out. And I remember it's the first movie I really remember seeing in a theater. I remember Mom taking my sister and my brothers and me to see it. And so, I'm like, there's parts where I look at Robin and I'm like, in 1989, they couldn't have imagined they would have been able to pull this off or to do this part. Wow. Halle Bailey's voice was absolutely phenomenal. Like, they could not have cast a better new Ariel. And
she literally has a siren voice.
And I felt like they actually expanded on a lot of it. Like, the story, because, in animation, they only have so much time, especially back when it was all hand-drawn. And it took them literally years to make a movie. But this one, I felt like you got more of... Eric wasn't just the prince. He wasn't superficial. It wasn't a relationship based on... She's like, oh, he's pretty. And he's like, she's pretty. We should be pretty together. Like, there was
right.
there was an actual development of, you're like, okay, I could see why he fell in love with her after, she, because she can't talk to him. So you saw more of that, and I thought that expanded on the story so much. And Melissa McCarthy was fantastic as Ursula.
I was pleasantly surprised. I was not for that casting. I was like,
I wanted
love
Queen
Melissa McCarthy.
Latifah. I wanted Queen Latifah to play Ursula so bad, and I've seen her perform Poor Unfortunate Souls, and I wanted to see her do that in a big setting. But I think Melissa McCarthy really did well.
Oh yeah, she rocked it. She just chewed the scenery so well. She was owning that role. And we have Abby Tara saying, hello. Hello, Abby.
Hello.
And also Abby Tara saying, have fun at Fanboy Expo.
We will try. If we don't, we'll be at Anime Blues Con, just depending.
And then Derek Spicer says, I got to shamelessly plug Ubisoft. Is it pronounced Ubisoft or Ubisoft?
I don't know. I've said it both ways and never been corrected either way.
Okay,
so.
Derek, correct me. But he's got to shamelessly plug Ubisoft Forward June 12th. There's some exciting news coming, and it's stuff Derek's been working on. And there's been a lot of stuff he hasn't been able to specifically tell me about. And now he gets to talk about it, and it's really exciting. And So yes, Derek, please do shamelessly plug it. And
we're all about shamelessly plugging yourself. Just give us the stuff and we'll talk you up all day long. That's what we're here for.
We're so proud of Derek.
Yes.
And then Garrett Dunwald agrees that the movie was so good, and he loved Prince Eric also, and cosplays of Eric and Ariel are coming soon. Yeah.
Garrett, I mean, come on.
You and Nikki.
Garrett, you and Nikki. Just, it's got to...
Okay, either or, but Ubisoft is how most say it. Okay, so Ubisoft. Thank you. That's been bugging me.
See, that's kind of like I approached my brother the other day asking him, like, you're as the only French speaker I know, can you please correct me on if I've been saying this last name right or wrong? And he's like, well, and he goes into this long explanation how either pronunciation could be right. I'm like, you did not answer my question. I just thought I was a dumb American that couldn't speak French.
I mean, did that at least make you feel better?
I was like, well, now I don't, because it's the last name Levesque or is it Levesque? Because I've heard it both ways. And he's like, well, when you start breaking it down, I'm like, I didn't need a dissertation on this, but thank you, little brother.
Those of us who study French are nerds for this stuff.
Oh, yeah. I mean, my brother literally has a French language degree because he wanted to speak French. People are like, did he want to be an interpreter? Did he want to, be a teacher? I'm like, no, he just wanted to speak French. That's literally why he has a French degree.
I went on a rant with Crayle about how Indiana and Wisconsin, to be fair, a lot of Wisconsin cities, but Indiana cities that are named after French cities are specifically pronounced wrong. And it makes me so angry. Okay. And Wisconsin has some French name cities that are pronounced correctly and some that are not. And that also makes me angry.
Yeah. See, with us being so close to with us being so close to Louisiana with all the French, it's not as bad here. But you do get, Tennessee sits on a fault line. It's called... This is how the Southerners pronounce it. The New Madrid fault line. Not Madrid. The New Madrid fault line. And,
okay,
our friend
this
Robin,
makes me happy. At least Lafayette is pronounced correctly, at least. Because in Indiana, it's Lafayette. And I'm like, I can't even say it that way. I took 5 years of French in school. I don't remember most of it, but I remember the pronunciation. And Lafayette is wrong. It is wrong. It makes me angry.
I'm one of those people, I spent so much time learning to write correctly and pronounce things that when I hear something wrong or see, no punctuation in a sentence, I lose my mind. I get really overly aggressive about it. So
Gary Dunwald said that's Lafayette is his mom's hometown. And then Mark Desjardins, which I hope I'm pronouncing it right, Mark, please correct me if I'm wrong. He says, you should hear how bad people butcher my last name, which is French.
I actually asked him when he was on. I asked him before we started, I said, is it Desjardins or Desjardins? And he said, you can say it either way, but that it is actually French, but most people pronounce it Jarnet or Jarnet. So I was like, Desjardins is the way I was thinking it should be, because a lot of French.
I'm pronouncing it wrong. I'm Americanizing it.
He says either way because he's had it pronounced either way. But,
well,
like I'm sorry, our friend Robin lives in a town that I thought was pronounced Haiti. It is pronounced Haiti. And I'm just like, every time I hear it, I'm like, wow, we Southerners are bad.
I German last name, and no one can pronounce it. I don't even correct people. I always get like Guentner, Guenther. I'm like, it doesn't even have an H in it.
No.
I understand kind of why they're pronouncing it Guenther, because it looks like it should have an H, but no, it's Guentner. You don't pronounce the U.
See, I just get my first name pronounced a lot of different ways. My parents said Andrea. I get Andrea. I've been called Adrian. So we can go with this. This could become a horrible English lesson right now in this episode.
Cairo, Illinois is Cairo.
Yeah.
What are we doing as Americans?
Butchering foreign languages.
Gary Dunwald, and he says that one always messed me up. You know what? As Americans, we like take pieces of other language and we're like, how can we butcher this to make the people that
how can we appropriate things further? Let's just go there.
How can we make the people of this country are from mad?
See, now we're very particular about our Egyptian words like Cairo because we're Memphis. We're literally named after the ancient Egyptian capital. We have a pyramid. It's now a Bass Pro, but we have a pyramid. It's one of the largest in the world, even.
And Derek Spicer learned that European English speakers pronounce the Greek word beta as beta. Okay. I've actually heard it pronounced that way with like British people. Yeah.
There's some words that just, yeah.
Nope. But yeah, enough about that.
15 minutes about pronunciation.
Okay, so off of the pronunciations that make us angry. Andrea, what have you been up to in the last month?
Let's see. A lot of work. A lot of work. I had a vacation. I actually am almost finished with my newest cosplay. I thought I was going to be finished with it today, but the boning and grommets will not be here till tomorrow, unfortunately. But I am almost finished with Belle's ball gown from Beauty and the Beast. My hands are exhausted from all of the gathering. 8 panels of gathers. And I took it to the church that I grew up in because Mom was doing flowers and I needed a bigger place to cut it. I rolled 19 yards of fabric across the gym floor at the church to cut it. So
you should upload that picture so we can show that off.
Okay, I can send that to us. Yes. That was kind of wild. I did that.
It was wild.
I've been doing some volunteer stuff. I did a mother-daughter tea recently with Garrett and Nikki and a couple of our other friends. Tomorrow, if you're in the Memphis-ish area and you're not going to Pride, unfortunately, it falls the same weekend as our Pride event in Memphis. I'm doing a cosplay meetup in Brownsville at the West Tennessee Delta Heritage Center that also has the Tina Turner Museum, which, it was really ironic that literally the day before Tina Turner passed away, I was talking to a coworker about Tina Turner as we were leaving work. I was like, how wild is that she ended up passing away right after we were talking about it? Wow. That's crazy. But, other than that, it's my usuals. Been if my phone will want me to send a picture, we'll get it. We'll get this picture of this 19 total of 22 yards of fabric for this costume. It is so heavy when I try it on. Yeah, it's on my Facebook. Okay. But yes,
let me see if I can.
The thing is so heavy that I wear 2 5-hoop petticoats underneath it. I joked that it is definitely a lift with your knees and not your back skirt because it is extremely heavy. It collapsed my first hoop. It's so heavy. But this is a dream. You know, I saw the movie in 1991 in theaters. And so, you know, my little, 8, 9-year-old self is, if I thought I was excited about Anastasia, 25 years later, here I am 32 years later excited about Belle. So, I always identify.
They have wanted this dress too.
Yeah. Well,
look at all that fabric, y'all.
That is 19 yards of yellow satin going across the gym floor at my church. And I had to crawl around on that floor on my hands and knees to cut that because Mom was like, well, we could get tables out. And I'm like, no, because either way, I'm going to be tired if we lift all the tables or if I have to crawl on the floor one way or the other, I'm going to be exhausted. But like I said, I'm cheating just a little, and I don't really think it's cheating because patterns are not cheating. You don't have to draft everything from scratch. But I am using the officially licensed Disney Belle pattern that I have used in the past for 2 other people I have helped make this dress for. So it's
cheating.
No, like one of the girls I judged with at MCAC said, she goes, quit all these people that want you to draft your patterns. Why are we trying to reinvent the wheel when that pattern already exists? I was like,
right.
I mean, it used to be for a while. People were like that. If you didn't draft your patterns, they're like, you shouldn't compete if you didn't draft your patterns. I'm like, I'm not mathematically oriented enough to draft my own patterns. I can Frankenstein them together and modify, but I just can't wrap my head around turning a 2-dimensional pattern into a 3-dimensional piece of clothing. Right. So no.
I sometimes draft my own patterns, but they're like lazy patterns. And that's only because, here's my confession, I have a hard time reading the directions on patterns. So sometimes I will just take a piece of clothing that is a similar shape and I will make my own patterns based off of that. But they're not like, and let's be clear, nothing I make has ever been competition level. So I am taking shortcuts. And that's fine.
Okay. I tell everybody, unless I know it's going to be for competition, don't look at the inside of it. It's going to be a competition costume. I'm looking at the possibility of, if we go to Fanboy, what their cosplay contest entails, and taking Anastasia, maybe.
I could see that. Anastasia is definitely competition worthy, and
she was a beast.
Sure. But Mark Journey is saying he can't wait to see the finished results on your Belle because he always loves seeing Beauty and the Beast cosplays.
He is the Beast himself, so
he makes a fantastic Beast. Oh my gosh.
I know, and his wife is a precious Belle with him. And I talked to her a little bit before we went on the air, but she didn't want to be on air. And I'm like, would love for you if you ever feel like joining us to come on. But not everybody wants to be on film. They don't always want to get on camera and go for it. And we all as cosplayers enjoy the attention, but this might be a little too much attention sometimes. I'm surprised I survived this long. Because I'm so
different to put yourself out there as yourself as opposed to being a cosplayer completely in costume and in character. Yeah. So I respect it. If anyone is not comfortable, that's
no. And that's another one of our whole things. It's cosplay is for everybody, but everybody does it differently. So, you've got to be able to feel comfortable. And we hope that any guests we have do leave feeling like they were welcomed and comfortable. But we also know that if they ever are starting to feel uncomfortable, they can tell us. So that we won't continue with something if it's not something you want to talk about, or if you don't want to have your video on for a minute, we're like, hit that little stop cam. We don't care. We love you guys just the same.
Mark Desjardins says, "Good luck getting my wife, aka Fluttershy, in front of the camera." Well, you know what? We're never gonna drag anyone kicking and screaming.
No. We get to see the lovely pictures of them together, and that's great. We're always happy with that. But yeah, so that's where we're at this point in the year. So been exhausting. Work has damn near tried to kill me more days than not. Working retail, and now, of course, we're going into Pride Month and dealing with the people literally walking into Targets, thankfully not ours, tearing down our Pride displays, stomping on them. We have had threats on our store for Pride merchandise. And the thing is, we've been putting it out for Target's been doing this for about a decade, and I've worked for them in the entirety of that time. And yes, we've had people go, oh, you shouldn't have that out in the front. And, we're like, okay, fine. One Karen, two Karens, whatever. But to literally have threats on our stores, and to the point that my store manager has been working with security to make sure that there is somebody in our parking lot as we leave at night after the store closes, which is my shift. I leave it between 11 and 11:30 p.m. And we've had team members like literally I am very openly out, and I am a little worried about coming to work. And that's sad that we live in a world that some people are so miserable in their own lives that they have to treat other people that way. Complete strangers that they don't even know. And you're going to threaten a company. And yes, I know as a corporate employee, I know that a lot of it is a corporate cash grab. It is. I'm not going to pretend it's not. But I do work for a company that is very open-minded and allows, if our new employees come in and are trans, or even new employees that transition, they get to change their names on their name tags. We have name tags that you can have your pronouns put on there if you want them. They're making an effort. And I know, like I said, I know it's still a corporate gig. It's still a deal with, you have to know that some of the stuff they're selling is to make that money because they know people want to support that stuff. But at the end of the day, you're still threatening a company that's making an effort. And that's ridiculous. Like, just because we believe in diversity and equality. I just don't get it. So, it's been rough, literally, because we always put stuff out, ahead of time. But every year we get complaints about Pride. We get complaints about having a Black History Month display, or a Latin Heritage Month display, a Women's History Month display. I'm like, if you fall into that category of the good Christian that you claim you are, you would be opening your arms to this stuff and being excited about it, not bashing a store and threatening employees over these displays. So,
and if you don't like the merchandise that the store is selling, don't buy it. Vote with your wallet. Stop.
Amen. And I love, like, a couple of years ago, we just had a little baby onesie, and it just said Pride in rainbow colors. Nothing else. And we had somebody on their little survey that, you get on your receipt, saying that we needed to take those out of the store immediately because we were turning the babies gay. We all left.
True that those like lady killer onesies that they put boys in would turn all the boys straight. And I'm sorry, but I'm pretty sure some boys who wear those grew up to be gay.
And like the meme that's been going around, the the straights, they're turning the babies gay, and then the straights, and it's got the onesie that says, "Why, yes, ladies, I am single." I'm like, I don't.
Those are so gross.
You don't. You can't make someone something they're not. And I I cannot get the mentality. It just drives me insane because you're born that way. You know, it might take you a while to figure out who you are. I mean, this is technically my first year as an out asexual person for Pride because it took me a long time to figure out what that was, what I was.
Right.
And I tell people though, you know, it's crazy because in the asexual part of the community, you're not really marginalized because people are just like, oh, so you don't date. That's kind of a kind of an overarching description. But you know, we're not literally hunted and killed because we are dating someone of the same gender or sex or gender identifying. We're not changing our gender from what people think we are to what we feel like we are, you know. But you know, I'm like, it's ridiculous how horrible people are. And I'm over here going, you know, as a kid, I was thinking, you know, by the time we hit, you know, the 2000s, things are going to be, you know, this utopian society. As a little kid, I thought we were all going to be living our little happy Disney movie lives or whatever. And
like Star
here
Trek.
I am. Yeah. Here I am having to make sure my team members are safe at night leaving from work because people want to bomb Target for putting some rainbows on stuff. Like, wow.
So ridiculous.
But
Yeah,
just so you know, this is a safe space. If you are, that's what we're here for.
That's what
and I have to laugh at it. I have to laugh at it because it's just so ridiculous. What else can I do but laugh at the sheer stupidity of it? I don't get it.
Yeah.
You know, it's wild, but here we are in 2023 still dealing with people who hate other people for being something that's not the same as them.
Yep. Also, if your parents don't accept you, I'm your mom now.
I'm your weird aunt. So I'm the weird con.
Make sure you hydrate.
Con mom / aunt. So yeah, weird con mom / aunt. So I'm here for you.
Just by listening, you have been adopted. Mm-hmm. Happy Pride.
If you're here, and if your family does accept you, you're still part of our family too. Mm-hmm. That's us. We love you. We accept all the rainbows and the alphabet mafia. You're here for us, and we're here for you. That's it. We got deep there. Sorry, y'all. But yeah, that's a part of the mid-year check-in, I guess.
I mean, yeah.
That's part of my world right now is literally dealing with that kind of stuff every day.
Awful.
I should only have to go to work and make sure, you know, that the shelves are stocked and that my team is doing what they're supposed to do and orders are being fulfilled. I shouldn't have to worry about that kind of stuff as somebody in a management level position.
Yeah.
Is that I can only laugh because it's just that ridiculous. That's one of the reasons I like doing my convention going. That is probably one of the most openly welcoming spaces you'll ever go to is going to a convention.
I love our con families. Like, yes, there are jerks.
Oh, there's always
for the most part, the cosplay family, the convention circles are so open and welcoming and just more open-minded than that real world.
Every man. Yeah, no, I think that's what a lot of us, because we were the nerds. And we got so used to being shunned, and then we found our people. And you know, like I was in Joann's on Monday with my brother because we were looking for fabric for him, a costume, and I was looking for stuff for my Belle. And so it's fun walking in there, my brother and like all of his like workout gear with his backpack on, and he's working on a Link costume so that he can literally go climbing in because, you know, he's the fitness nerd / nerd. But, you know, he said that he was talking to people. They're like, you know, nerds were always accepted. They weren't picked on. And he's like, I'm going to call you on that right now. He goes, I think he said when he was like in middle school or something, he's like, he wore like a Spider-Man t-shirt to work. And they're like, dude's wearing a stupid Spider-Man shirt, you know, messing with him. And now How many people have gone to see Into the Spider-Verse in the last 2 days? What do you want to bet? How many people have been and are like, yeah, man, I love Spider-Man. It's so cool. It's like, you don't want to be a gatekeeper or a hipster, but you're like, but I liked it when you didn't, when you picked on me for liking it. Mm-hmm. And my oldest brother, Bear, he says, you know, if we went back to school now, we would be the coolest kids in school because we know all the comic books. We know the Star Wars.
Right.
You know, he knows all his Transformer stuff. But my oldest brother didn't get kind of messed with as much because he was also into sports. You know, he was a big basketball and football guy. So that was, you know, he was wearing his jerseys to school because, you know, it was the 90s. And everybody wore basketball jerseys over T-shirts. So, you know,
that was the style. Like, you just had to pick a sports team and represent the heck out of it. And you wore a
white T-shirt underneath it. And that was all you had to do. But, you know,
my husband in the background, he just went, go sports team.
And, you know, my oldest brother, he's a big sports person. And it's funny, though, because he's already taken his 8-month-old son to multiple University of Memphis basketball games. I think he's been to like a Grizzlies game. But he's also been to see Star Wars in theaters already when Return of the Jedi was out.
Wow. So I'm like, your brother's adventurous with taking his baby everywhere.
They went to Disney World right after Christmas. He was 3 months old.
I actually took Isabel to Disney World when she was not too 10 months.
Oliver was about 3 months old, and I did not feel it was fair. He got to go to Disney World, and I got to go back to work. I was like, "How is this fair? You're getting to go." I was like, "What have you done in your life to deserve Disney World?" I was like, "It was." Like we said, everything until they're a couple of years old is for the parents. It's not for the kids.
Oh, it was absolutely for us. Yeah, we were just kind of like juggling who was watching her because I'm sure she doesn't remember that trip.
Yeah. Like I said, my first memories, really cognizant memories, I was probably at least about 3 or 4. You know, you don't remember much else before that. You remember like vague things, but once you hit about 3 or 4 is when you really start remembering stuff. Yes. Yeah, so 3-month-old Oliver will not remember anything but those pictures that they show him when he's older. But I was also still jealous because he got to go to Disney World for Christmas and I went back to work. I am going to Disneyland in October. I'm going with Robin and our friend Jordan. We've already booked our flight, our hotel, and our park passes. We're just waiting for the Oogie Boogie Bash tickets to go on sale so we can get those. And since it's the Disney 100th anniversary, they've got the 3 Good Fairies on the Disneyland Castle. The 3 of us are doing 1950s versions of the 3 Good Fairies.
That's going to be super cute. And you're going to see Rogers the Musical, I assume.
Oh, yes, of course. And we're also, since we're doing the Avengers campus stuff, we're also doing Avengers pajamas. So Robin is planning very, very, you know, rich bitch kind of look Lady Loki pajamas. Why not? I've decided I'm going to do like 1940s Peggy Carter. But Jordan wins it all. She got the pants in today. She is doing the Hello Kitty pants and the New York t-shirt from Homecoming that Tom Holland wears when he gets his suit taken away from him.
I love it.
She found the exact Hello Kitty pajama pants. And she literally in our group chat just before we went live sent us pictures of her in them.
I love it so much. I'm so jealous of all of you.
And I've never been to Disneyland. You can. I can fit you in my suitcase. It's fine.
I haven't either, and I want to go.
I've been to Disney World. You know, I've been to Disney World. Never been to Disneyland. I've never been that far out west, so it's pretty exciting. I'm terrified of planes and heights, so I'll have Robin and Jordan with me. Thank God. And Robin has been living for making these travel plans. Like, she is having the greatest time making all of the plans. And I'm like, hey, I'll just send you the money if you go ahead and book the stuff.
You mean she works for the Disney food blog? So, like, she's She knows.
Oh, yeah.
She knows
she's got
where
all.
to go to do.
And she's been to Disneyland before. Unlike Jordan and I, we've been to Disney World. We've never been to land. So Robin's been. Our hotel is in like walking distance of Disneyland.
Oh, that's
so
good.
And it's right after Memphis Comic Expo. So I'm going to have Memphis Comic Expo, go back to work a few days, and then fly to California. So
that's a busy, busy month.
Yeah, it's because Memphis Comic Expo is the very end of September. And then we leave like the last day of September. So yeah, we're going to be like 5 days.
And Garrett says, I've never been to Disneyland either, but you can't have a better guide and planner than Robin for it. For real. But she is an expert.
Oh, yeah. And she likes making travel plans. She actually enjoys making travel plans.
Yeah.
I just, when they asked me if I wanted to go, I was thrilled. I'm like, yes, let's do this. Thank you for including me.
Sounds fun.
Oh, it's going to be great. There's going to be lots of pictures.
Derek Spicer has been to Orlando, but not Disney. What did you do in Orlando that wasn't Disney? I mean, I know there's other things that...
You didn't even go to like Disney Springs, which is the free part. Like everybody that goes to Orlando at least goes there.
Did you do Universal? Like most people don't, because Orlando by itself, it's a tourist trap. Yeah.
I have family that lives in Orlando.
I'm very confused.
I have family that lives in Orlando, and every time we go to visit my cousin that lives there, we go to Disney Springs at least.
Okay. That makes sense. Derek Spicer answered my question. And North Carolina State football bowl game. Okay. So it was for a sports ball event.
Okay. Funnily enough, one of the last times I went to Orlando was not to go to Disney. We did go to Disney Springs, like I said. You have to go at least there because it's the free part. But we went to see the Fratellis, the Scottish band. If you've never listened to them, listen to them. They're amazing. They're so much fun. I've met them twice. They're all super cool. Can't understand a word they say because their Scottish brogue is so thick. But some college was having their homecoming, and they let people pick a band to perform. And it's a free concert. You don't even have to be a student to go. So we drove down there for my brother Brad's 30th birthday because that's his favorite band, and went to this college concert with the Fratellis. They flew in from Scotland
to
do this.
Crashed a homecoming.
Oh yeah, we sure did. We sure did. Not a single one of us. We it was like November in Orlando, so it was kind of cool, but not bad. So we just
was it a homecoming dance? So
no,
did you dress up for
no. It was like a outdoor concert.
Oh, okay.
But it was during their like homecoming week, and the concert was literally free. It was in like the little town square because it's not like one of the big Florida colleges, but this little college contacted the Fratellis, and they're like, yeah, sure, we'll come from Scotland to go to your concert. It was awesome. Wild. And it was 2017 because that was Brad's 30th birthday. So, and I've seen them one more time since then, and then COVID happened, as we always say, and then COVID happened, and they haven't been back to the States since. But if you have not listened to the Fratellis and you like just good rock music, go listen to them.
So good. I love them.
It was really funny because I've listened to them a lot while dressed as Merida in the car, like going to events, and I'm like, I'm dressed as the Scottish princess listening to the Scottish band. Actually, one of their songs is called B-Movie Saga, and we used that title for the space-themed comic my brothers have been working on. And they did an anthology story and actually gave the comic to the drummer, and that was in 2018, 2019, and we haven't been sued. So I think they're okay with us using their song title.
Well, I mean, you can't trademark a song.
No, but we also named the female astronaut after one of their songs because her name is Henrietta.
So
I would say a lot of y'all, if you say you've never heard the Fratellis, but you've been to some like sporting events, you've probably heard Chelsea Dagger at some point. I can guarantee you a lot of people have heard that song and don't even know they've heard the Fratellis. we got into them back in the early years of the iPod because their song, one of their songs, I can't remember the name of it right now, was used for an iPod commercial. And Brad was like, I need to figure out what this song is. And he hunted it down until he found it. And they have been his favorite band ever since.
Nice.
So they're a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm like, actually, Hunter and I plan to do some cosplay from our B-Movie Saga comic together. So, indirect Fratelli's cosplay, I guess.
I like it.
She wants to be Henrietta. She wants to be Collins, our female astronaut in the story. So, and I designed an alien for it. So I get to be. I've actually been her on one of our original character episodes when I was painted up blue with pink hair. So just got to make the suit and body paint. It's a body paint.
Well, we are doing a literary episode that would count for literary. I'm going to say it's counting because, you know, I'm one of the ones in charge. So our literary episode is not this next episode, but the first episode in June. Oh, crap.
That's on a Tuesday.
But that's going to be a Tuesday.
Yes, that's when we change our dates. I can at least send you some pictures to put up for it. So
we'll figure it out. We'll figure out an episode for you to wear that for.
Yeah.
But on that note,
we're getting near the end
we're
here,
at the hour. So, Andrea, do you have final thoughts?
Missed you guys. It's been a month. I feel a lot better, a lot more rested. But I do love doing this show so much and having you guys on here chatting with us tonight, even without a theme. I'm going to cry because I love you guys so much. And just keep being you. We love you. And hopefully you'll tune in next time.
Yeah, we really do love you all. We're really excited about the second half of the year. Like I said, if anyone's in the Wisconsin area, you can see Crayle and me at this Times of Future Past. Let me throw that up again. Times of Future Past in Kewanee, Wisconsin. Definitely consider dropping in on us. Otherwise, Crayle is just everywhere this year with Pokeballs by Crayle. So, and I will be helping her out as her booth assistant at Fan Expo in Chicago.
She needs a booth, babe.
I know, I'm excited. So, you can find all of Crayle's and my stuff at linktree.com/phoenixescosplay. You can find my stuff at www.kellyguentner.com, KELLYGUENTNER. And then all our show stuff is at linktree.com/ is it Cosplay Cafe
Podcast. It's the full
podcast.
It's Cosplay Cafe podcast. Yes. And
I'm on
I said you'll find my Instagram there. And because people have asked, our guest from last time, Mark Desjardins, he finally started himself an Instagram, King Beast 1354, if you would like to follow him, because we had some people asking. So go give him a follow as well as any of our other guests we've had in the past. Show them some love, please. As much as we love them, show them the love too.
Peer pressure works. Peer pressure.
I am all about supporting each other. So that's what we need to do, is always have each other's backs.
I agree. So everyone, we will be back in a couple weeks with our next episode. And next month, we will be switching our schedule up a bit, where we will have the first episode of the month will be on Tuesday. The last episode of the month will be on Friday. Next month will be especially wonky because of July 4th is on a Tuesday. But we'll keep you posted. We'll
like we always do. You'll have a post telling you when it is, and we'll keep the reminders up.
Yep. So thank you all for tuning in and for being so awesome. And please do consider purchasing from Y Cosplay, because we do get a little bit with each purchase. Otherwise, just keep watching, keep sharing, and keep being you.
And survive the heat. Hydrate
Cosplay
right now,
Cafe is
guys.
sponsored by whatcosplay.com, which is your one-stop shop for quality costumes and cosplay supplies. So click on the link in our show notes to get a 20% off discount. Or not, if you hate saving money. I don't know you. I don't know your life. Clicking on the link does help support our show. So, you know what? Just do the thing. Do the thing.